Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for watching this and participating in this webinar. So today we have a special guest who is an expert in the electronics and semiconductor industry, comes with a very vast experience and depth of knowledge. So he has a multifaceted personality, has played multiple roles in startups, VCs, corporates, advisory to corporates, and also advisory to many government institutions like KDEM, and he is participating in NASCOM, IEEE, and so on. So this is just a small trailer of the experience Mr. Vivek brings. So good afternoon, Mr. Vivek Saxena, and thank you for giving us your valuable time and agreeing to share your valuable perspective on ESDM.
Okay. Thank you, first of all, to invite me for this kind of forum where I think that, yes, it is very much needed and is very essential to have that kind of discussion. So thanks to the entire team of Yonsi, and thanks to you, Mr. Chinmay, and thanks to Ms. Shashi. So everybody who is involved into such kind of efforts. And yes, you have given my introduction, but I'm still learning. So I'm also in the process of learning. So I'm learning through the new age guys, and I'm learning through whatever I could really absorb from my surrounding. So thanks a lot. Yes.
So before you start your talk, sir, I just want to take this opportunity to before we look at your presentations, but I just want you to just brief the audience on about ESDM, what is ESDM, a very high level thing, and what people should expect, and what could be key takeaways for them from today's talk.
Wonderful. So ESDM stands for Electronic System Design and Manufacturing, where earlier it used to be only electronic sector, or it used to be only like electronic manufacturing. Now, how to put everything under one umbrella? That is where this term was coined, and actually, this is something which has taken birth in India only, right? So, from India to global, it has gone. So it is electronic system design and manufacturing. So it is covering
Oh,
all
okay.
aspects of electronics, including your semiconductors, including your any kind of electronic manufacturing, even materials also.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So over to you, sir. Maybe I think what we'll do is we'll hear you out and understand your perspective, and then we will have some time for some deeper discussion with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Chinmayji. Since this particular recording is being made, and all these things are being done for the betterment of the talent which can be there for tomorrow for electronic system design and manufacturing sector as a whole, as an industry. So I'll just keep it very much focused to that area, and I'll just try to align that what a student should be knowing if the person is from engineering background, if a person is from even a below engineering background also, like a diploma person
Hmm.
who's yet to do his graduation and all, right?
Okay.
So, so what my experience had been during all these years, a lot of opportunities are existing, but the problem is either people they do not know about what kind of opportunities are there, or they are just very much involved or engrossed into something which is a very theoretical knowledge about the subject. They are not aware that what's happening in the global scenarios. What is that which is going to be the next wave kind of thing? What is that which can really be there? Say if somebody is doing diploma. So a diploma engineering, it means that the person has to do, if he wishes to do, then another 3 years of a B.Tech, right? So because
Hmm.
they'll get a lateral entry. And then after, if somebody wants to do, then they can go for a post-graduation. After that, it's their wish. If they want to move into R&D, they can go for a doctorate kind of thing. Otherwise, the research and all other things can be done at MS level also. Now, coming back to the point, when I was just an engineer by myself, when I was studying, and I was forced to take up electronics, by the virtue of, the wish list of my parents and, all such kind of things where I wanted to become a mechanical engineer. But my parents said that electronic is something which is in thing during those days. I'm talking about
Mm.
1990, like 89. So that
Mm.
time, it was an in thing, and everybody was just thinking. And I was just worried that, okay, I was having interest in mechanical engineering. I was having some kind of know-how. Internet was not there. Only
Mm.
magazines were there, and we were very much dependent on such kind of magazines. Every week, we used to go to the nearest stall, buy some magazines, try to cope up with the things. And coming from a small town, like I am from Kanpur, which is in UP, right? Yeah, later we
Right.
moved to Lucknow, but I cannot term Lucknow as my base because Kanpur was my childhood thing because my father was in defense. And to learn all those things and what kind of things you can see in your surrounding, you absorb from there. And lot many people were not interested in going for such kind of engineering. They were just looking for, okay, if I could really make it to Motilal Nehru Regional Engineering College, that is the best destiny, or Harcourt Butler Technological Institute there in Kanpur, that is going to be the best thing for me. Beyond that, nobody had thought of even going for something doing in IITs or going to do for the world, like,
Mm.
the real industry. The only thing was, oh, I'll become an engineer. My father had been in defense. My mother was there in bank. So I'll be an engineer. I'll get a job and I'll get a cozy job and my life will be settled. That's it. That was my thought on that time. From there, I started moving. And I was a cricketer also, by the way. So I played state level cricket. So
Okay.
my inclination was more towards cricket. I never wanted to become an engineer. I never wanted to become someone like my mom, who was a banker, my father, who was in defense, because I never liked a disciplined life. So I always wanted to be a vagabond like a cricketer. Right? So that is how I started my journey. Suddenly, I was pushed so hard that, okay, this guy is not able to crack MNRE. This guy is not able to crack. Oh, forget about IIT because, if you cannot make it to MNRE, then you cannot make it to IIT, right? Uh, then they started looking around for certain things where they can really see that, what could be my fate. And that is how I was pushed to a college which I had never heard about. And I was like, now today, private colleges are much better than your government colleges. That is what the general understanding is, as far as facility is concerned, as far as your faculty is concerned, and all of the things. But during those days, it used to be a stigma, right?
Mm.
Oh, somebody has gone to a private college. And I took pride in saying that, okay, I had to spend a lot of money and I'm going to a private college. But it was kind of cover up, right? But somehow, when I saw that, it was like a kind of Mahabharata, right? Where Abhimanyu has entered in the Chakravyuh, but there was no understanding of how will I come out, right? So I was an Abhimanyu over there. I had to leave my cricket. I had to give up everything. And then after, I'm just in the middle of something where I was just learning and I was knowing that this is not going to help me. So how it is going to help me? Exposure. And exposure was
Mm.
not there. I'm telling you that this was the biggest thing which I was not having. Maybe others were fortunate, those who were there from Delhi or the metro cities,
Mm.
they were already having access to information. But people like me, they were struggling, they were not having. So then, when I was just completing my engineering, when I became Abhimanyu, there was no other option but to move forward. There was no reverse gear in the car, right? So then when you have to do something, you have to do with excellence, whatever you do, right? That was my motto because when I was a player, I got these things embedded into me, where I have become a kind of warrior. Okay, if you are going in the field, then you have to win. You lose, that hardly matters, but you have to have a will to win, right? So that is one thing which I was always having in my mind. So I completed my engineering with flying colors also. Like, I was a first divisioner, I was doing everything good, everything right, but I was not satisfied because uh, during those days, electronics, and that is too when I'm doing the microprocessor programming, that used to be the biggest problem. You can do programming in Fortran 4. During those time, Fortran 4 was there. You might have not heard about it, but yeah, I'm telling you, Fortran 4 used to be there and all other things. It was easy because it was having logic. If
Mhm.
yes, no, that's it, finish, right? But when I entered into ASCII programming and all other things, so I was really worried. My UP used to be microprocessor used to be my one of the most dreaded and fearful kind of component for me. And fortunately, I scored the best in that. So sometimes this happens. But then I realized that this is the beginning. After completion of my engineering, this is the beginning of real world war, which I am going to face now. And that is how I started. So I'll stop here. If you have any question in between, then we can, and then how can we really move forward? I can just suggest you over there.
Sure, sure. Yeah, you can start.
Yeah. So after that, when I completed, actually, as I said, that I was always very much interested in doing something which is new, ahead of the curve. In the beginning of our talks, also, I said that look for something which is ahead of the curve. Don't go for something which is right now. Probably by the time you finish your engineering, it will not be there, right? So how to do that kind of thing? I was interested in satellite communication. During those days, it was completely unknown field,
Mhm.
antennas, propagation of those kind of signals and all those kind of things. I chose that. Second option, which was the optional subject for me, was fiber optics. Right? During those days, fiber optics used to be a kind of alien thing. I chose this. And third one was mandatory. And you must be laughing now because it was television engineering, right?
Okay.
Who teaches television engineering right now in today's world, right? So that is how I completed my engineering and struggled for the first job. It was again a very different story. No placement cell used to be there that time. No placement assistants used to be there. College was very mercilessly saying to every student, I have given you a degree, now you go and get a job, right?
Good.
So Nagpur University was my university, right, that time. And then I got my first job with Shyam Telecom, Shyam Satellite Communication Systems. And there I came to know that my satellite communication engineering elective was so handy for me that I was able to do such kind of things which a lot of people were not able to understand even because I had already done that study. So what I want to emphasize here that what you want to become, which domain and sector you want to choose, you have to be little prepared for that because the homework has to be done properly. Then only you may be the right fit for that. After
Mhm.
that, it started going into that kind of passion of doing something which nobody could do. Right? That kind of thing came in my mind. It actually take it a good amount of time. It took amount of time. Take a toll. Like it took lot of financial as well as other things as a kind of complementary thing from me because I was trying to do something different. And when different thing comes, it comes at a high price, right? So that price I had paid, but at the end of the day, I was very much satisfied. So I had been first, or you can say the pioneer in that kind of thing, where I have brought in new things to India. I was struggling, I was fighting, I was vocal, but I was not agreeing to do something which was being done that time, like transistors, TVs,
Mhm.
washing machines, right? All those kind of old companies where the brand names are not known to this generation, Tesla, Western, and all those kind of things, right? I was not in line to the industry prevailing things, right? I said, what is going to be ahead of the curve? So I experimented a lot. In the process, I learned those things. And to experiment, you have to have some kind of background, some kind of understanding. So I went into market research for that. And when I went into market research, I learned those things and I was able to really drive myself throughout these kind of, hardcore, I should say that, tough environment where I reached to the apex level when I became the global head for AT&S India. And then after I realized that this is the time when I have to just go back and give it back to the society. And I was quite young that time. Actually, when I stepped down, it was a forced step down, I must say, because Lehman Brothers happened in 2009.
Ah, okay.
Right. So I came back from US and I said, okay, let me be here and let me do something which is going to be beneficial for the ecosystem, especially for the young generation, youth, because there was always a saying, catch them young. But my saying was, what I had gone through, I will try to suggest other students not to go through that, a cycle again. And if I could really share those experience with them, that would be better. So that is how I came back. I was just cooling my heels, and then somebody has called me that, hey, we have started with the VLSI Design Center. Would you be able to give your time for that? I said, yes, definitely, I can give my time. And since this is a charity thing, at least you have to give me 2 times coffee, right? So that is what my remuneration was for first 6 months, right? And that is how I went into VLSI design, and then I became a very vocal person in VLSI design, where the backend was not known to many. Everybody was just working on front end because it was all based on software. Backend needs a lot of different kind of skills. So I went into backend. We did the full cycle, right? So we did the full cycle for them, front end, back end, and everything. And after that, is different story again. JGI Ventures, the JGI Group, the Jain Engineering College, and all of the things where I went with the flow of my passion. I always wanted to do something for the young generation, and I was able to achieve it by and large because all those people, those who had done such kind of certification courses from RVVLSI or from JGI Ventures passed out, right? Jain universities and Jain engineering colleges passed out. They are now in middle management level, and now they say thank to me that, hey, sir, because of you, it has happened. So this is all about passion, looking ahead of the curve, what you want to achieve. Sometimes you do not know what you want to achieve. The only thing which is hanging in the mind is I want to become big. I want to become a kind of celebrity. I want to have some kind of good money where nothing should stop my desires to be fulfilled. Beyond that, nobody thinks that, okay, gone are the days when people used to say, I want to become IAS, I want to become doctor, I want to become engineer. Now the things are very different. But if you want to achieve those things, nothing wrong about it. The thing which you should do is the proper ways and means. So I'll just rush through a quick slide deck, if, with your permission, if you have that kind of time.
Yeah, sure,
And
please.
if there is any interesting questions which you want to ask, because that may be a kind of for the audience, it may be a good thing where they can just get to know, or if you have that format where you can ask me later, then I can just be there for the end of the presentation.
Yeah, we'll do the Q&A at the end, sir.
Sure, sure. So I'll share my screen and quick run through something interesting. So this is uh, uh, this is the last slide which we have started with. So it's the reverse engineering which I'm going through, right? So I'll just start with the first one. Okay, visible, right? Visible.
Yeah.
So that is what we were discussing about career opportunities in the ESDM industry. So ESDM we have already defined, and what I am going to do here is a guide for aspiring engineers if they want to really take some clues from there. Now, overview of the electronic industry right now, how it appears, and what are the various things which one can learn from there. The global electronics and semiconductor market is substantial and continues to grow rapidly, which everybody knows. Here are some key figures which I just wanted to have. That uh, the global semicon market is pegged at somewhere around USD 600 billion in 2023, and then it is going to go beyond 2000 billion by 2032. So, which shows a compound annual growth rate of more than 14.9%, around 15%, which is quite high as per industry standards. Uh, so the global electronic and semiconductor component market, again, it reached a valuation of, like, now we are segregating the market. So a component market, we are taking it away from the overall electronic systems and design market, which is manufacturing also, right? So it is going to be around 1100 billion in 2023. It was there, and it is going to grow by, almost double. So 2200 billion by 2032, which is a big jump from 1100 billion from 2023 to 2032, $2200 billion. The domestic market size is again, as per various sources, it is going to cross $500 billion all put together. But the manufacturing sector itself alone is contributing to some $300 billion by 2025, which we have already entered into. So this is a high level thing, how this breakdown, people want to know that what are the various sectors that are contributing to such kind of growth. So consumer electronic is one, semiconductors is one, telecommunication. Everybody knows that lot of advancements are happening in telecommunication sector. Automotive electronics, yes, definitely with the advent of EVs, a lot of people they have jumped into EV manufacturing, but without knowing the nitty-gritties and real things about the technology, they are still struggling. Aerospace and defense, which had been a market for electronics eh, all the time, but this time they are going to be more focused as far as India is concerned. They want to become self-reliant over there, and that is how Tejas has already taken place, and a lot of other things are already being done, where missiles are being done and all other things are being done. So renewable energy, definitely, because wind energy, lot of wind mills and parks have come, solar energy parks have come, and hydro was there always. So all these things are going to play a very vital role, because right now China has already captured a big market in terms of conversion of these kind of crude energy into some kind of usable energy. So that is what I'm also struggling to do, and I've already taken up that task and doing something against the stream, where we are challenging some Chinese companies, and we are doing the same product here with indigenous approach from R&D till the completion of the project. Mobility, yes, the mobility sector includes electrical vehicles, its smart transportation system. This is going to be a buzzword, and people are already using this word quite a lot, and this is happening. Wearables, I have just skipped here. So wearable is also wearable and hearable. These things are also going to contribute significantly over here. The storage solution market, data centers, cloud storage. Everybody knows that what happened during the pandemic, and how these storage companies, they were unable to produce such kind of things, where the demand had gone up, and now it is going up and up and up because of uh, uh, internet usage, and having a lot of data where you cannot keep it on the limited space which is provided free of cost by many companies, but now you have to subscribe. So it means the data center has to be increased. Number two would be the minting of bitcoins and all. So when you are going for Bitcoin and all, it take lot of storage space and a lot of computation. Then we are talking about quantum technology also, where it is going to be much needed. So then embedded system. So embedded system has become a backbone of everything when we are talking about IoT, AI, ML integration. So embedded systems are integral to various applications, from consumer electronics to industrial automation. So, what are the emerging sectors? Same emerging sectors are here in Indian scenario. So, auto electronics is also one of the things where a lot of companies, they are coming to India and they are getting it done, as well as Now, Indian electronics have also jumped into it, and electronic industry has also jumped into it, and they are doing a lot of things in auto electronics. LED lighting, big, big volume, but low value. Wearables, hearables, and PCB assemblies are some of the emerging segments where PCB assemblies were taking place earlier also. But now, when the thrust is more on uh, the manufacturing, make in India, so lot of people, they are going to have such kind of requirements locally, because right now a lot of things are being done from Vietnam, from Malaysia, and from some other places. But yes, now the time has come when PCBAs are to be done here in India. And the electronic sector in India is projected to create 12 million jobs. This is more important for everyone. So it is going to create 12 million jobs by 2027, which is, I think that 2027 is too early to say that 12 million jobs can be created. But yes, by 2030 or 2035, which is the next pit stop for electronic industry, probably by then 12 million jobs can be created, with significant growth in areas like AI, ML, and data science, which are going to be integrated for any electronic circuits where it can be made as intelligent electronics. Now, telecommunication, again, it is going to play a vital role. Automotive electronics, we have already discussed, aerospace and defense, renewable energy, mobility, storage, embedded systems, the same thing, which was there in the previous slide. But the top two points are more important here than what is there in from India's perspective. Now, move on. So, what kind of career paths one can look forward to? So there may be various roles that may be design engineers role, test engineers roles, R&D engineers roles, opportunities in different sectors, startups, multinational corporations, research institutes, which are already happening, growth potential and career progression. Now here I just want to emphasize on one thing. I'm just focusing these things to the core skill levels. But yes, apart from core skill levels, if I see as a vast pool of all the core branches, whether it be civil, whether it be mechanical, whether it be electrical, electronics, computer science. So basically, there are four core branches, and rest of the branches are just kind of a spin off. But if I see from all the angles, everybody has got an opportunity to work in electronic industry in future, because semiconductor fabs. Now, when we are going to fabricate such kind of things here, and by the way, I was the one who was the semiconductor champion for Vedanta, and I brought in and I guided them for that. Then I came to know that how many different roles are there going to be there, and right from the level a person has done an ITI or a diploma course also. Operators are needed for various machines, because it is going to be a big thing. Then there will be a lot of people, those will be needed from materials perspective, because a lot of materials are going to be used, including epoxies and what kind of things which are going to really going in for the packaging of such kind of thing. The silicon processors, they need a lot of people, those who are from chemistry background, because the pure water and all other things where no foreign indulgence would be there, yeah, foreign particles, I should say. So such kind of people are also needed. Then how to reduce the size and to make more effective. Nanoscience will also come in the picture. So it means that pure sciences people will also be encouraged to come forward and take, participate in such kind of things. It's not only the electronics engineer, it's not only the computer science engineer. It's going to be a different scenario. So we call it as one term is there, EPC. So erection, procurement, and commissioning. So you see, from everything comes under mechanical and civil engineering. Procurement will come under various stream of engineering, and C is commissioning. So it means that you have that kind of opportunity where you can explore and be good at certain things over there. So, so these are the basic things which lot of students or even their professors they
Mm.
miss when they try to discuss, right?
Right.
Um, so, what kind of skills and educational qualification or a person needs for success? So, a long list, it's a laundry list kind of thing. Yes, you can just do some kind of Googling and you will come to know because for that you have to just go for the career section of various companies, see that what kind of things they are asking for, just note it down somewhere. And you need not to be good at everything. You can good with any one of the things. Say if somebody is good at PCB design, let it be as PCB design engineer. Don't try to
Mm.
be a jack of all. Embedded system, microcontroller, microprocessor looks big, but if you are good at even embedded C programming,
Mm.
you can gain a very good foothold because a lot of programmers are struggling because they have done plain C, they have not done embedded C. So normal C, C++, Python, which is there, this is for some other purpose. But when you go for embedded, then you have to write the BIOS and all, right? So for that, you need to have that kind of exposure. So one can do it. Then VLSI design. VLSI design is again a very, very big portion. But what you want to do, if you want to become a DFT engineer, be a DFT engineer only. Don't try to be a full cycle engineer or you know everything right from front end to back end. Signal processing, definitely, if you know digital signal processing, everything is digital nowadays and it is going to help a lot. So only one thing, that is what I'm saying, that you need not to be a master of all. You can be master of one and jack of all. That's okay. But you can still make a good inroad in the industry with such kind of skills because you are
Mm.
focused, you know that what you are going to do, and the hiring manager will be knowing what he or she is, expecting from a person, right? But that is the burning thing for everyone. Similar thing, power electronics take understanding of power converters, inverters, and renewable energy system. Now, this is more in demand. A lot of people they do not know the basics of engineering, electrical engineering also. The converters, very basic thing. You know, the various kind of bridges are there where you can convert such kind of things and do it. But not many times people just think that okay, they should be focused on getting their grades not about the skills. So my suggestion here would be please focus on at least one or two skills. Don't go for the entire skill set,
Right.
but be good there. And this you can do by Google or you can just talk to some industry experts and see that what skills are in demand for you. And just focus on those things and nobody can stop you to be there uh, at the best of the levels. So automation, robotics, data analysis, and software tools. Yeah, definitely, because you know now there's no line between or the boundaries between any of the engineering field. So everything is needed, right?
Mm.
So soft skills. This is one of the biggest problem which I have always noticed. Whenever I'm just talking to someone, a person is capable of doing a lot of things, but he's not able to express that what he's capable of doing. So
Okay.
first of all, the problem solving, yeah, aptitude should be there. Communication, as I say that, you know, I come from a very laid back and backward kind of town during those days. I used to be a pure Hindi speaking guy. Mm. I was not able to express myself many times where I was having my thoughts in the mind. So this is very important for everyone. Now, over a period of time, by the virtue of your, you know, surroundings, you learn. But maybe by then it would have been too late for someone. So communication is skill, and unfortunately, we are divided by languages so much that we have only one common language, that is English, right? Which is not our own language also. But anyways, I don't want to dwell into that. But it is very important to have such kind of skills where you can convey your thoughts and you can express yourself to someone meaningfully, right? Teamwork is also important unless you are understanding the value of team. Alone, you cannot do anything. This is one thing which everybody knows, including myself. You know, I couldn't have been so successful uh, uh, had it not been such a great team with me. I would have not, right? Project management skills, where a lot of things will come in the picture, planning, executing, timekeeping, managing engineering things and all. Critical thinking, it is again very important thing, when to say no, that is more important rather than when to say yes. So, which a lot of people miss up on. Attention to detail. Whatever you do, as I said, that, whatever you do one thing, but do it to the excellence levels. That is what I started with my talks, right? I said that, okay, when I was pushed into engineering, I had no other option but to do it. So do it. And my WhatsApp status also says, just do it, right? So it is from Nike. Yes, I have adopted, but just do it. Attention to detail is done. Leadership, it comes automatically, but leadership is not something which you can adapt. It has to be like, from inside, where you are having that kind of courage to take the responsibilities. When you are responsible for certain things, leadership qualities automatically come in. When you don't want to take any responsibility, but you want to become a leader, like our political leaders, like but they don't want to take any responsibilities, they do it, right? Time management is important, and networking is very, very much important. Like, this is what you have earned in your life, not the money, not the momentary success, but networking, it can actually ruin your career as well as make your career also. So this is very important. And this is what I can say for all the budding engineers. And India's electronic sector is poised to significantly grow, which we have already discussed, the 12 million jobs, out of which 3 million will be the direct jobs and 9 million will be indirect jobs. Indirect jobs may be from contractors, from the service providers, and all of those, which Accenture, Infosys, L&T, all these people are doing already. And specifically, direct employment will include nearly 1 million engineers at entry level. So my focus was that what is there for entry level, because after gaining experience of 2 or 3 years, everybody is in demand. But when your college is not providing you that kind of support, or it is not like the right time, maybe the industry is not giving that kind of response for the newbies to enter without having any experience, then college placement cell is also having some limitation. But then you have to do your some homework where you can just get hooked up and be there as one of those 1 million engineers at entry level. And for that, definitely you can get into your network. That is the reason I said networking is very important. Take someone as your mentor, and this mentor should be given proper respect, because a lot many times people think that, okay, just for the time being, I'll just take help of this guy, and then after I'll not say my face, show my face to him. Oh, that is not going to be the good thing, because I have seen at least more than 8 to 10,000 students have already gone through my advisors and mentorship during last 10, 15 years. But what I have noticed that a lot of people, they forget that what they have received from someone. Even I remember my first job, who was my first, you know, mm, uh, the senior who has really guided me. So there, because this is a very small world. Again, we are talking about networking. You will come
Correct.
across that person some or the other time, and if you are not able to really reciprocate those things, you are done, right? So
Yeah.
this is very important. At any point in time in your career, never ever feel that you're secured, because technology is always kind of throwing some kind of challenges where you can become obsolete in a day if you are not coping up. So you have to be a continuous learner, and how can you learn continuously? Because by then your some colleagues might have moved to US or somewhere else where the advanced version of technology is already taking place. If you're not having good networking, they will not share anything with you. So this is very, very important. So to meet this demand, focused skilling programs, industry, academia, partnerships, and supportive policies are very, very essential. That a lot of state governments are doing, that a lot of PPP arrangements are happening, but you have to find out that where exactly it is happening. If it is not known to you, then probably you can get in touch with Mr. Chinmaykale, and he'll be the right person to even give you some kind of inputs. That is it from my side, and that is where I can just come to my last slide. Okay, so uh, my email is there. If somebody wants to write an email to me, uh,
Sure.
definitely expect a reply. Maybe a little late or here and there, but I generally reply to every mail. I reply to every LinkedIn messages also. Right. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vivek. I think that was a good overview and very insightful from a student's perspective. I have a few questions which maybe we'll take it further. So you talked about skills and you had a list of skills and roles also you talked about. I just want to ask a follow-on question to that was, so do students look at some kind of certification which will add credibility from a job perspective?
Yeah, that's a good question because nowadays, this me and you we can discuss, but with due regards to HR team, because HR team is something where they are dealing with they're generalist most of the time, right? So they are not
Yeah.
specific when they are talking about something. So to make that person understand that what you are carrying, certification carry a lot of value. It's like a passport. Like when you are
Mm.
having a passport, then you are very sure that what you are going to do with that passport. So this person will also not object. So hiring manager may be knowing, when you are telling that, okay, these are the skills and these are the things which I know, but the other person may be a kind of, not knowing that thing because a person is not supposed to know everything. So that those certifications will come handy, definitely. Yeah.
Any particular certifications you suggest anything that like say electronics or guys should do, particularly are looking at semi and electronics as a career?
Yeah. So there are certain certifications that can be obtained. First is what you want to do, as I said in my talk right now. That first of all, you have to be very clear. So if you want to become, say, embedded C programmer,
Ah,
just do a small course of embedded C, gain expertise in that with some kind of
okay,
live
okay.
projects also. And then that embedded C, if it is focused on solar, whether it is focused on uh, automotive or it is focused on something else, such kind of live projects, if somebody could catch hold on. So
Mm.
that would be an added advantage where a person can like say if I'm or you had been at some very very good positions earlier, what we used to see, oh, somebody is ready made for me, right? So
Correct,
let's
correct.
hire, right? So
Mm.
then there's no doubt we'll just conclude the interview within 10 minutes. Okay, this is the perfect guy for me. I just wanted to see the attitude. I wanted to see the acumen. Both are matching. Done. Finish. Right? So certifications are going to be handy for that. So
Okay.
focused, like somebody is looking for VLSI, if somebody wants to become a VLSI design engineer, then he has to choose that what he wants to become, a physical design engineer. Uh, then the aptitude should be a physical design engineer should have a very good understanding about the physics, about the circuits and all those kind of theorems where I used to run
Mm.
away earlier. But yes, it's a lot. It depends on the interest level, right? So accordingly, you check your aptitude, where you want to become, take that kind of right path, you will be there.
Cool. So, there is a lot of hype on AI and Gen AI and data science. So, I just want to understand how is the electronics and semiconductor world getting impacted with these AI technologies, and what do students need to do? Do they need to learn about it, or do they need to have awareness about it? What is the impact do you think it's going to have on the market in electronics?
Yeah. First thing is, all these tools are there to help the productivity, increase the productivity. It is not a threat for anyone. I told you, I think I just covered this part where you have to learn continuously in your life. You can
Correct,
never
correct.
be like, so this is again one of such kind of things where somebody has come. Like when, I'll just give you a very vague example. When COVID came, nobody was knowing that, what this COVID was, right?
Code, correct.
And suddenly we started learning and we have come to that level where we are able to deal with it now. right?
Yeah,
Every
right.
2 3 months, something is happening.
Yeah.
Something is happening, and the things are really not going to be. So AI/ML, as per my understanding, it is going to be a very helpful thing for cutting down on tedious jobs, where a person
Mm,
is not having that confinement. When computer was brought into India, Sam Pitroda was the one who made it mandatory for a lot of things in late 80s, I think so, right? Late 80s.
mm,
Everybody was worried that, okay, what this computer is going to do. What
mm,
it has done, it has made our life so easy. We are talking on computer only right now, right?
correct,
So that is how. But computer was not able to displace or replace a human brain.
correct, correct.
Right? Similar thing is going to be there with AI. AI has got its limitation. AI has got certain things where it can produce with the inputs that, like, a person should be smart enough to ask the questions to get the right answers, right? If say I'm just typing something vague over there, if I'm just doing some different commands, I may not be able to fetch it. So what does it mean? It means that an AI cannot fetch something from an AI. A human has to fetch something from AI, which has to be refined again and then put it to use. And it is being used in the electronics industry by and large now. It is going to be used further. And then when I'm talking about quantum technology is going to reduce the cycle time again, right? So it is much more powerful than your high speed programming kind of thing, right? So nothing is going to change. The only thing is we have to change ourselves. We have to adapt because there used to be mammoths earlier. Oh, prehistoric period, right? Who controlled it? Human beings, the Homo sapiens, right? We are still Homo sapiens. So we can control any mammoth that is going to be there and made it to our
Okay,
use, right? So this is
got
my
it,
small thing. Never get
got it.
afraid of something, right? It is
Mm,
going to be useful for us. Yes.
understood, understood. So, I'm relating now to your journey that you shared in terms of, how from maybe a smaller town you have created a career for yourself. So I think India is one country where there are tons of engineering college. I think largest in the world, I might guess, including government, private, everything. And we have like thousands of students today who are studying in tier two kind of cities or call it tier two set of colleges also. So, some insight on so in the present age and world, how should a student who is graduating from a, let's say, tier two town, or let's say not the IITs but the second level of colleges or private colleges where kids are coming out today, how they should be thinking and planning about their careers if they are wishing to enter this electronics industry today, what they
I'm
should be
having both.
thinking and doing.
Yeah, I'm having both the examples at home of my own home, right?
Okay.
So my elder son, he graduated, though he was selected for a couple of very good engineering colleges, but somehow, that emotions and all those things, everybody's coming to Bangalore. Why I'm sending my son to somewhere else? So that has stopped my wife to send it, my younger one to, sorry, elder one to somewhere. Being the first one, and then you have more uh, protective kind of thing, approach. This guy did his engineering from a top-rated private engineering college in Bangalore, right?
Okay.
He learned on his own. College faculty was good because what I had chosen was that, okay, somebody who had been good at that particular subject. As I'm saying
Mm,
that, okay, person should be good at one skill. I don't need to see everything. And then I chose that college, and that time I was quite aware about those BTU colleges and all of the things, and I just so he got admission through the local domicile things and all of the things. So everything was done. Rest of the things was like, the entry was maybe easier for him as compared to cracking that JEE mains and advanced and all of the things.
mm,
Uh, but he made it. And then after he was so focused, he made it for himself. And after completing his engineering, he got good job over here. He started his job, but then he was very much focused to go for higher studies. He went for higher studies. 6 years now, he is there in Germany, and he is heading IT division of a company over there in Germany. So,
Okay.
the second story. My younger one, I said, okay, I did something wrong with my elder one. So now my younger one, I'll not stop. He cracked JE from general quota and all, got a good rank. He went to Jalandhar because he wanted to do something in 12. So he opted for electrical as well as he opted for computer science. He completed his
Okay.
engineering, was a good engineer, got a very good placement. He opted to go for MBA. Post attempt, he cracked the CAT also, did everything. Now he is going to complete his MBA. What these two stories are, one is about the great determination and made it large for oneself. Second one is the second one, because of GE, because of CAT, he has already got the passports, right?
Correct.
So after this, if a person, now coming back to your question, if any student is coming from a tier two or tier three or colleges, hardly matters. I myself, during those times, it used to be a tier two or tier three college. Never been into tier one. Now it is in tier one. It's a different thing, right? So Yeshwantraj Chauhan College of Engineering at Nagpur,
Okay.
which is number one college in Europe Vidarbha region, right? So I'm a pass out from there. Now it all depends that whether you become complacent later. Like, oh, I am done with my JE. I'm a high flying guy because from general category having this kind of rank itself is a big thing. Like, you think that it's the end of your journey. It's the beginning of your journey. When you have completed your engineering and then Jalandhar, this guy used to say that, Papa, I was from, he's passed out from DPS. The DPS used to be much better, and where from, like a five-star hotel I have come to, a kind of dhaba, right? All NITs, all IITs, right? So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
kind of environment are there? So, but adjustment was the key. So this guy has survived because of his adjusting nature and did it. So continual process of evolvement is
Hmm.
very, very necessary. So whether you are from tier three, tier two, you may be having a problem with the HR. Again, I'm calling HR in between, right? HR will see, oh, this guy is from this college and I'm getting a better quality fruit. Why should I buy a second-hand quality fruit, right? But once you have made it, then these guys are going to be more, if the grit and determination is there, they can make themselves as big as anyone else could be. And if somebody is from premier institutes like IITs and IITs and all, these guys can make or may not make. And every year, IIT is producing so many
So
engineers,
many students.
so many students are passing out, but how many are really getting a good foothold? Now, you might have seen that announcement. This time, industry is not responding that much, so the placement is slow. The placement
Low. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
av- average packages are going to go low, right? So you have already seen such kind of thing. It means that it's all industry driven. That what industry wants. Industry wants some star-studded thing. They'll pick IITs. They'll pick NITs. But if you have that thing in your, like, after 3, 4, 5 years, it is known that, whether you are having petrol in your car or not. So how far can you drive yourself? So, initially, entry point is tough. So for tier two, tier three colleges students, I would suggest they should go for certifications. That is very, very important
Hmm.
because that can make their life much easier. They'll be having some additional things. Whereas NITs and IITs guys, they generally don't do any certification.
Hmm.
They are already having their knowledge base
Correct.
quite strong, and they have got that kind of exposure in their labs and all. So if somebody is doing some good certification courses and got some kind of understanding and have that kind of clarity from the beginning, oh, after 5 years they can compete with each other.
Okay. Got it. Got it. From a location perspective, do you think that are there any hotspots you see in India, let's say for ESDM kind of jobs? That too, okay, let me rephrase that question. So I want to one, your forward perspective on jobs in ESDM. How do you think the industry is shaping and what kind of jobs are shaping up? That is one. Second, are there any location-wise hotspots? For example, Bangalore is anyway a hotspot for software and electronics anyway, so there are a lot of big companies over there. But other than that, manufacturing and all other different aspects of under ESDM, where do you think the emerging hotspots in India today?
Currently, definitely, what you have observed is right because everybody is concentrated. Everything is concentrated. Like, the manufacturing is concentrated. People are concentrated at one place. Maybe Pune, for example, for all automobile electronics, people are
Correct.
still there, right? And a couple of consumer electronics things are also happening, like Javel and all other people, they are there, right?
Hmm.
In your Pune's industrial belt. So they are doing. Uh, Mumbai has got very, very few major electronic companies. So it is still
I think
not a
yeah,
hub,
Mumbai doesn't have much.
right? So when you go to Mahape, you can find some good companies over there where you may be amazed, oh, this company exists here. I was not knowing actually.
Okay, okay,
So so there are a couple of things, but yes, the decentralization of the whole thing is going to happen over a period of next 5 to 10 years. When
okay,
these new companies are going to set up their plants, like when this special economic zone was created in multiple places. People were not happy because it was in a remote area. The first one was in Noida, ahead of Noida, and then people who were commuting from Delhi because most of the guys they wanted to remain there in Delhi because Noida was not developed that time. I'm talking about somewhere in early 90s and all, right? So
okay.
that time people were not very happy. Now you see where exactly it has been expanded to. Pune, similar story. After, Pune has got so many things where it has already contributed, and how it has expanded. Hyderabad, definitely, it is. It was a technology hub. Now it has become more like an IT hub. But there are
Hmm.
companies in Hyderabad also. Go to Odisha. Now, Odisha is also happening
Okay.
where government is giving a lot of importance. Even recently, I visited Northeast Assam.
Oh,
So,
really? Hmm.
uh, so IIT Guwahati and all these people, they are just trying to bring in some industry, and industries are also going to get some benefit uh, over there. So, with the government's effort over here, where the policies are going to be very lucrative from a business standpoint, profits, and all such things, it is going to be decentralized, but definitely the hubs will remain like what they are today. Maybe Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai up to certain extent, NCR region. So and another example was Baddi. Baddi is there in Himachal. So when Himachal government wanted, okay, some company should come over there, they created a tax-free zone as Baddi. It was way back
Okay.
again, around 1995 or something, and they created. Now, most of the electronic energy meter companies are having their manufacturing facility there in Banti, right?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Uh, so it's not a kind of thing where now people are also having the problem. Like somebody has made a move from Bangalore to Ahmedabad at a better salary package and all. Now this guy is repenting. Oh, I have got better package, but the life is not there because you were learning from your peers and colleagues, right? You should have that kind of environment around you. So maybe that kind of
Hmm.
thing will happen. Now in Karnataka itself, government has already earmarked two places. One is your Bangalore, near to Bangalore. So in KDM we have created this now beyond Bangalore. So Bangalore is
Okay.
becoming congested. So how to do something which is outside Bangalore? So beyond Bangalore is the program which is there, which has already picked up by and large. So one cluster has been made as Hubli Dharwad. So in Hubli Dharwad, drone, EVs, and all such kind of electronic manufacturing facilities are being provided. Now, Triple IT Dharwad has come over there. It has already taken birth now. So they are also doing a lot of things. Plus, a lot of other things are happening now. Another cluster. which is Mysuru. So now Mysore has got lot of interest from others, those who wanted to come. And people want to just, come out of that kind of lifestyle, which maybe the metros or the tier one cities are providing, like Bangalore. It's cosmopolitan. But sometimes you feel like, okay, I should have a big house of my own where I should have a garden, back lawns, and all. You cannot have it in Bangalore anymore right now, right? So for that, Mysore is the right place. People can go over there, live their life
Mm.
as well as do their work also. So there are three new clusters that have been created. The government has already allocated land. Similar things are being done in Dholera, Gujarat. So it's a lot
Okay.
of activities are happening.
Lot
So
of them. Okay. Okay.
very soon people are going to have that kind of foothold in their own state. My thing is that they should get something which is good enough for their own thing, because the biggest pain is, since you had already gone through that, right? You were also here in Bangalore and then you went
Yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
and then you did all those things. You know, for the sake of career, you cannot really be too choosy. You have to just go
You
by
have to
whatever
choose.
is,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Correct.
when you take a call, it's a mid-career crisis, because that time you cannot really you say that what exactly I'm doing. I'm having sufficient. Probably the God has given me enough where I can just take care of my family. But is there life for me, which I wanted to have with my relatives, with my aging parents, with my all others? So for that reason, if these things are going to be materialized, Make in India is going to happen, fabs are going to be
Mm.
there, packaging companies are going to be there. For all the students, for all the people, they will be having their jobs. The motto is to provide a job to any skilled worker within 50 kilometers of the radius, so that a person can do up and down if the person wishes to. But one should
Mm.
not leave home, yeah, because I have also suffered that. I have also seen for last so many years. Okay, for namesake, I am
Mm.
doing this. But what I have left my entire life over there. Right? So this is
Mm.
an emotional point which I have just made. So,
So just one more angle I want to get your opinion on is the startup and SME spectrum that is shaping up in ESDM. So you have been part of VC and Gain also you were leading the organization. So what is your view on how is this startup ecosystem shaping up and how do you think it's going to take off from here? I know a lot of drone companies are mushrooming in India, but just beyond drones, what is happening?
look, we Indians are having a very typical mentality. If somebody has done it, I will also do it. Right? So that is what is driving so many things that will not reach to the ultimate goals,
Oh, okay.
including your drone. Because drone, now there are regulations on drone also. Like
Yeah.
earlier, they used to be kind of, it used to come under different department. There's separate department, separate policy for drones now, right? So that is one thing. I'm not saying that, okay, a startup should not do drones, but how intelligently they should deploy. Because now it is
Mm.
not about the reinventing the wheel. It's about the
Correct. Mm.
deployment of the things, right?
Deployment. Mm. Mm.
So startups are going to be there. The only thing is the cycle time is so high in electronics R&D. So by the time they'll reach up to that level, and the support is minimal. I'm being honest with you. For startups, I have seen a lot of VCs, a lot of people, they want quick money. They have the horizon
Correct.
of say 3 years, right? Within 3 years, they want to
Oh,
see
okay.
3x to 4x or 5x of their investment,
Correct.
right? Which is not possible in electronics,
Well,
Chinmay. Because in electronics, sometimes when you are doing something, first of all, the person should have of empathy that, okay, this guy has given up his cozy job, or maybe he was earning more than what he is doing. He is earning nothing in R&D. He's just trying to survive in R&D,
mm,
right? Because the product is still not ready and it has not gone to market where it can be a paid kind of, thing for anyone.
mm,
So when VC come forward, they see that, okay, it's not about a general statement about VCs. Since I have been on the VC side, so I know this. But most of the time, the investment committee, and our investment committee is not one person. It's comprising of people from different walks, right?
mm. Okay.
They have
Okay.
their different opinion, POVs. So they just uh, still not very encouraging scenario from a startup's point of view, where a lot of VCs are interested in putting in their money, because product is something which will define the whole thing later. In software or fintech or in such kind of things, people see quick money, quick gains. But yes, if you have a very robust idea, which is not a kind of, focused on just 1 or 2 years from now, okay, I'll do this and I'll do this, I'll just, make an exit and I'll be another Flipkart, which is not possible. So if you
Mm.
want to make a product, markets are there. Once you are done with your product, say I'm connected with almost 12 countries, right? So I have seen that every country has got a very different requirement. And if that requirement is going to be addressed, because you have to know, as I say that, you have to be done with your homework. A very meritorious student, even he does his homework before going for the exams,
Right.
right? So you have to be done with your homework. You will find a lot of things. I'm getting a lot of inquiries from Malta. I'm getting a lot of inquiries from Portugal,
Oh,
right?
okay.
For so many different things, for electronics related things, right? Then I was
Oh, okay.
also amazed that these are tiny, tiny places, right, on the map, if you see,
Mm.
and they're doing such kind of things, and they're asking,
Mm.
they're providing visas. Poland is doing, Greece is doing, right?
Yeah.
Lithuania
Mm.
is doing, Romania is
Oh,
doing,
okay.
but everybody's just talking about Germany. Everybody's talking about
Design
Switzerland.
words.
Everybody's talking about Stockholm, right? Maximum they will go to Finland, right? But beyond that, people are not thinking in
Mm.
European countries. So I mean, you need to have a proper mentor or an advisor or a consultant, and that is the reason why my consulting is working, right?
Yeah, 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 obviously.
Because people need that kind of thing, right? So
Correct.
so so,
Yeah.
so, so so that is the reason they need to go into a professional setup,
Mm.
and I feel everything has got a market, which if I'm not able to sell it right now here, like you cannot sell ice to Eskimo over there, right? But you can sell the
Correct.
same ice. It's from Himalayan region, and I'm selling it to you, bringing it directly from the Eskimo's house to your house. How many people will jump upon it, right? So you have to find the market for that. So coming
Mm.
to your point, everything is possible. The startups are shaping up, the startups are coming up, but they are not so happy with the kind of support they are getting right now. So what they are depending on DST, Department of Science and Technology's support,
Okay.
which is generally dispersed through a special purpose vehicle, and special purpose vehicles are being made through these kind of premier institutes where IISc, IITs, and all these
Ah,
people are there, and they have certain schemes where they get some money to do their
okay.
research and development. Karnataka has got Elevate program. So under Elevate
Correct.
program, a
Correct.
startup can
Mm.
just put in their things, and if they qualify, they'll get a good amount of money to do their
Mm.
research and development and bring that POC. Right? So,
Mm. So final question, Vivek sir, is I think you covered a lot of points in your talk today, but I just want like top three recommendations for you for our upcoming fresh guys in terms of things. I think you definitely, I remember one which you have repeated again is getting a mentor, which it's sticking with me right now. You talked about getting a mentor, but I want your top three.
yeah, my top three is first is you have to be honest. I can say that top four, not three,
Okay.
top four. So HILL. H
Okay.
stands
Hill.
for honesty. Okay.
Okay.
H is honesty. You have to be honest to yourself where exactly your shortcomings are. You know your good things. Everybody knows, hey, I look very beautiful, right? But where are the shortcomings? One thing is that,
Mm.
and shortcomings doesn't mean that your appearance. It is about all the things, like my acumen. Say, I know that I'm a short guy. I couldn't have bowled that fast what a 6 feet guy could have, right? So I dropped myself from bowling. I became a good
Mm.
batsman, right? That is how you have to pick and be honest to
Mm.
yourself. Okay, somebody says that, okay, my voice is good, but I can't be Amitabh Bachchan, right? So, so,
Mm.
so, I mean, you have to just be honest to yourself. Well, this is what I am. This is how I want to create a path for myself. I, I is integrity. You have to be, whatever may come, you should not change your stance. That will prove you as a good leader, as a trustworthy person, as a person whom a company can rely whether they are in tough times also, right? Whether they don't have money to pay to you, but they will not say, boss, I don't need you. You are
Mm.
needed, you are integral part of this family because of your integrity, right? Because you have shown that kind of intent. Another L is your loyalty. Loyalty towards what you do. I should term it as also excellence. Okay. So you have to be loyal and excellent in whatever you do. Whether you you feel like you have failed, you should be having courage to say that I have failed. I have made these losses to you, but I'm sure that in the future I'll be able to recoup those losses for you. Because nobody says such kind of things. Even in one of my project right now, it's one project is going on. And after working for 6 months on that project, my team was working and we had no other option. And my team was struggling, and timeline was just going past, right? We called the MD, it's big guy. He took the call as a conference call. We fixed it up. We spoke to the guy and offered that whatever advance we have taken, we are ready to pay it back to you because we have incurred, time loss for you, but it's a financial loss for us. No, no worries. Let it be. So that thing brings that kind of, your H and I together. You know,
Mm.
this guy
Correct.
said, no, 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 Vivekji, I know that you people are working very hard on it and you have reached up to this level. I am having this kind of thing. And okay, this was time critical, but I can have 3 more months for this project to be concluded. If not, then probably we can take a call. I said, okay, your money is kept ready. Whenever you want to have, whatever losses we have incurred, it's okay. We'll just recoup it somewhere. So, such kind of things are going to
Mm.
establish you as a thought leader, as a loyal person, and you can just be there. Why a person is called as a thought leader? Why should somebody, take my advice? Because I should appear as a loyal to him, right? I should not be just trying to do marketing for myself. Okay? So then when it comes from heart, then you are original, right? So that is one. Last L, which I want to tell, is logical thinking, which I have mentioned in my also
Yeah, yeah,
critical
you
thinking,
did.
right?
Correct.
Because all these things, if a person is fool and he is not thinking logically, but he is emotional, honest, integrity is there, loyalty is there. These are all emotional aspects, right?
Mm, shit.
But if he is not logical, he'll become Kalidas, right? You know the story of Kalidas, right? One finger, two fingers, three fingers, right? So that logical thinking is very much important. That is the reason I have kept it in the last. So all
Mm.
emotional things are good, but it should be packaged in your logical thinking.
Got it.
What is going to create something? So these are my advice. And if you go through it, and if you dig it deeper, you'll come to know all the philosophy of life, whether it be technology. Okay, I have to dig
True, true.
harder. I have to be honest to myself that which technology should I adopt to. I was knowing that I am not a good programmer, so I never opted to go for a programming thing. If I'm, all these things, so you can relate it very well. So these are my special tips. Another one is be sincere to what you are doing. If you feel that okay, this is not your cup of tea, leave it for someone else. Try for something
Mm.
else.
Fair
Right?
enough.
It's not necessary that everybody has to be good at that. I'm not good at certain things. A lot of people they say that I know so many things, but I know that how many things I do not know. Right? So I know this. So I don't jump into that area because I know that I can't do it. So this is also very important to understand. It's about introspection. It's about checking oneself on one's own parameter. Nobody is going to set the parameters for you. But if you're setting your parameters for yourself, then probably you can just cruise ahead than all others. And third thing is always have respect for people, those who have done something for you in your life,
Mm.
in your career, especially. I'm talking about professional things, and they should be, whether they are kind of, we call it in Hindi, chala hua kartus. Okay, once you have fired the bullet, it is of no use. Whether it is in that zone also, you never know who is going to come forward when you need him, right? So networking, that is what it is.
Networking.
So
Yes,
these are
yes.
the things professionally from my side.
Okay, excellent, excellent, sir. Thank you so much, Vivek, sir. I think we spent quite a bit of time today. And thank you for this nice overview and your insights from your own personal journey, I think, which add a nice flavor to this talk and make it personalized. So thank you so much for sharing these insights today.
Thanks a lot for the team who brought me to this platform, and I could share something which generally, you keep it to yourself. So thanks a lot, and thanks a lot. And whenever you have any kind of queries from students or something, and if you need
Yeah.
my help, I'm always there. Right?
Yes, yes. Thank you. I think we will connect again, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah,
We have certain more program. I think couple of things we also talked about, which are also on our agenda, is you mentioned about life projects, which are critical for students. So we will work on some of those lines also. So we'll connect again on those topics. So
sure.
anyways, that's it for today, guys. So I hope this podcast of today, I think, would be very valuable, and you can pick your own nuggets from this conversation. So thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.